you want to get credit for that fight. He didn't want to get credit for that fight.
Let me tell you one thing. I need to get ready because I was ready.
It's too small. It's too small. It's the same for me.
If he win or Charlo, the winner.
Wow, that would be crazy.
I want to be 3-time undisputed in the win.
Yeah,
and become undisputed. Wow, what can they say? They can't say nothing right now. But
They did shit in 154. How y'all want him to fight me? I'm telling you, I'm trying to become undisputed right now. How are we talking about somebody that ain't even fought in the division? How do he just jump from there to there? Like what connection do he got to this world? Where that tall, lanky motherfucker at? Maybe I'll be the shot caller. Make the decisions on who I want to fight next. Pandora, go fight somebody else. I don't know. Crawford, go fight. Y'all fight each other. I'm busy. Motherfucker, I'm busy. Winnie?
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit. I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification icon for more videos and lives like these. That being said, let's get into it. So I uploaded a video the other day about Terence Crawford never wanted to win a fight so bad like he wants to win the Israel Madrimov fight. Chastity Thomas, salute. She said, I'm busy. Yo, Charlo's scary, man. He a punk. Salute, Chastity, for being the first person in the building. I appreciate you, Chastity. You've been showing me a lot of love, always supporting the channel. I appreciate it. So I posted a video. I don't know if you've seen it, Chastity. There's a video saying Terence Crawford never wanted to win a fight so bad like he wants to win the Israel Madrimov fight because he started camp early. He's already peaking. He's on weight. He's sparring heavyweights. He's sparring light heavyweights, super middleweights, because everybody's saying this guy, Israel Madrimov, he's too big. Crawford's too small. They keep saying Crawford started at 135. The man didn't start at 135. I mean, he did start at 135. My bad. They keep saying he's still a 135-pound fighter. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all saying some bullshit. How is he still a 135-pound fighter? He hasn't been there in years. He ain't been there in years. You know how long it's been since he's been there? You know how long it's been since he's been there? They still talking about, they say he's a small, they saying the same shit Earl Spencer saying. He's a small guy. Arnold Brown, salute. Appreciate you in the chat, bro. They saying he's too small, man. He's a 135-pound fighter. What is he doing at 154? He's gonna get knocked out by Israel Madrimov. Israel Madrimov is the sparring partner of Dimitri Bivol, who beat the great Canelo. And one guy said, yes, we get to see Crawford lose, so we don't talk about Canelo fight no more. I'm like, yo, what the frick is wrong with these people? So people are literally praying, on their knees, praying that Crawford loses to Madrimov so he doesn't have to fight Canelo. But he might not even fight Canelo because Canelo's trying to run to cruiserweight. Can you guys believe it? Canelo wants to go up to cruiserweight to go fight Badu Jack. Badu Jack was a super middleweight. So Badu Jack is not that much bigger than Canelo because he's at cruiserweight now, but he used to be a super middleweight. I believe he started his career as super middleweight. So, so that's not a bad fight. So that's why Canelo will probably pick a Badu Jack because he started at a smaller weight class. He started at super middleweight, I believe. He started at super middleweight, or was he at middleweight? I know I seen him fight at super middleweight multiple times. He fought the likes of James DeGale. He fought James DeGale. Who else did he fight that I'm familiar with? Oh, he fought James DeGale. Then he went up to light heavyweight. He fought Adonis Stevenson. I remember him fighting Adonis Stevenson. He went up to light heavyweight. He fought Adonis Stevenson in a very, very competitive fight. Badu Jack versus Adonis Stevenson. That was one of the best fights I've ever seen. That fight was very, very competitive, back and forth. Canelo's trying to fight Badu Jack because Badu Jack is an old man now, and he's fighting at cruiserweight. And I believe he's a champion at cruiserweight, if I'm not mistaken. He might not be a champion, but he does fight at cruiserweight. I think he's trying to be a champion, or is he a champion? I'm not too sure. I don't really follow the cruiserweight division like that because the cruiserweight division is one of the weakest divisions in the sport of boxing. So I don't really pay too much attention to the cruiserweight division like that. The only guy at cruiserweight that I do pay attention to is Jai Opetaia. Jai Opetaia, he's the only guy I really pay attention to. But salute to Arnold Brown. He said it's funny how they say all this shit and he makes EJ look super easy compared to everyone else on his resume. Hey, yo, that's facts, bro. That's facts, Arnold Brown. Arnold Brown, you know what they saying, bro? They saying he's 37 years old. He's past his prime. It's time to get him. This is what Teofimo Lopez just said. Teofimo Lopez, who just fought a C-level fighter, a D-level fighter, an E-level fighter at best, and Steve Claggett. Teofimo Lopez just fought Steve Claggett, and he looked horrible. This Teofimo Lopez was running against Steve Claggett, bro. And going into this fight, he kept cloud chasing Bud Crawford, saying, I want to fight Crawford. He's old. Teofimo Lopez is praying that Terence Crawford loses to Israel Madrimov, or he's praying he gets the Terence Crawford fight. He thinks he can win because he feels like Terence Crawford is an old man. Chastity Thomas, Teofimo Lopez feels he can beat Terence Crawford because he says, Terence Crawford, he's on his way out. He's an old man. I could beat him up now. Let me fight him. He's even saying he could go up to 154 to fight Bud. He says, Bud is an old man. I could beat him up. But yet Teo was just running. He was on a back foot the entire fight against Steve Claggett, bruh. Steve Claggett. Do you guys know Steve Claggett lost to a guy with 20 digits, with 20 losses? Steve Claggett lost to a guy with 20 losses, bruh. Can y'all believe that? And not just lost to a guy with 20 losses. He got knocked out by a guy with 20 losses, and Teo couldn't even hurt Steve Claggett. Are you serious, Teo? And you have the nerve to say Crawford's past his prime? And you want to go up to 154 to challenge Bud? You want a payday, Teofimo Lopez. Everybody knows that. I remember when Terence Crawford was about to fight Errol Spence. Teofimo Lopez and his father did an interview where they said, man, we hope Errol Spence win. We don't want Terence Crawford to become two-time undisputed. Why are you a freaking boxer sounding like a boxing fan? Meaning like you sound as hateful as these boxing fans be sounding when it comes to the sport of boxing. Teofimo Lopez and his father literally said, we hope and pray that Terence Crawford doesn't become undisputed. We hope and pray that he doesn't become undisputed when he fights Errol Spence. He even went to the Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight, and he said, Earl, I'm praying that you beat Crawford. Because he says, your will be stronger than his skill. That is the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Teo looked at Errol Spence and told Errol Spence, you're going to beat this guy, Terence Crawford. You know why, Earl? Because your will be stronger than his skill. That's what Teo said to Errol Spence. I was like, yo, this guy's a casual boxing fan. He's a boxer fighting at the so-called elite level because he's beat guys like Basil Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, right? Yeah, he don't know shit about boxing. He said, your will be stronger than his skill, Earl. Earl, you're gonna beat Crawford because your will is stronger than his skill. I like, yo. And he says that every single time. That's like his favorite line now. He said that shit to Earl, and then he said that against Steve Claggett. Stupid shit, bro. Teofimo Lopez, a casual fangirl. He knows absolutely nothing about the sport of boxing. He thinks he's better than what he is. You know, he fought. Let's break down this Vasyl Lomachenko fight and what's his name, Josh Taylor fight. When he fought Vasyl Lomachenko said he was injured. If you fight a guy and a guy says he's injured, he said Vasyl Lomachenko said he had a shoulder problem, but he didn't want to pull out the fight. And immediately after the fight, Vasyl Lomachenko went straight to the hospital. So Vasyl Lomachenko said, I was injured in the Teofimo Lopez fight, right? Let's rematch. And also, Vasyl Lomachenko, he already had a loss going into the Teofimo Lopez fight. So let's not sit here and act like Teo was the first guy to beat Lomo, because Lomo already had a loss. So if y'all going to talk boxing, make sure y'all tell the truth. All right? Don't come on here and lie. So Lomachenko said he was injured going into the Teofimo Lopez fight, right? Boom, boom, boom. Teo wins the fight. Teo refuses, and I mean he refuses to give Lomachenko a rematch so he can fight a healthy Lomachenko. He says, hell no, I'm never fighting that guy. So you can't respect a guy like that. You beat a guy in a fight that was pretty close. And the guy says he had a shoulder injury going into the fight. He says, fight me for a rematch. I'll be 100%. And you duck the rematch. Why would people respect you for a win like that if you duck in rematches in a fight that was close? Just like Devin Haney. Devin Haney did the same shit. He beat Vasyl Lomachenko in a close fight, but he refused to rematch Vasyl Lomachenko. You can't respect a guy like Devin Haney for that shit. You can't respect a guy like Teofimo Lopez for that shit. Over here, I'm going to call it right down the middle. I ain't going to cap. And y'all know who one of my favorite fighters is, Shakur Stevenson, right? Shakur Stevenson fought De Los Santos. He didn't look so great. But he promised De Los Santos he'll rematch him in the future. He says, I'll rematch De Los Santos in the future. He said, not right now, but I'll rematch De Los Santos. So I'll give Shakur Stevenson a pass if he does rematch De Los Santos, because a lot of people felt like that was a competitive fight. So if Shakur Stevenson rematches De Los Santos, I'll give him a pass. But I will never give Teofimo Lopez a pass for not rematching George Kambosos, a guy he lost to, rematching Vasyl Lomachenko, rematching. Man, there's a lot of guys Teofimo Lopez needs to rematch. Let me give you a list of guys Teofimo Lopez, his bum ass need a rematch. He needs to rematch Vasyl Lomachenko. He needs to rematch Vasyl Lomachenko, Nakatani, Sandor Martin, George Kambosos, Jermaine Ortiz. There is 5 people on Teofimo Lopez's resume that he needs to rematch. Vasyl Lomachenko, Nakatani, George Kambosos, Sandor Martin, and Jermaine Ortiz. That's freaking unbelievable. Yeah, people like to talk about his resume like he got one of the best resume in all of the sport of boxing, which is freaking ridiculous, bro. Freaking ridiculous, bro. He got 5 people he needs to rematch. Look at this. This dude needs to rematch Vasyl Lomachenko, George Kambosos, who he lost to, Sandor Martin, Jermaine Ortiz, and Nakatani. How can people respect a guy like George what's his freaking name? Teofimo Lopez. If he has all these fights, he has to rematch these guys. And he refuses to rematch these dudes. He's a bum. I can't respect a guy like that, man. I have zero respect for Teofimo Lopez. And he's out here praying Every day he says a prayer. I pray that Terence Crawford loses. He said, I wish Crawford loses so bad so I can be the only two-time undisputed champion. He'll never say that shit about uh uh Naoya Inoue. He saw Naoya Inoue. He started being a fanboy. He ran up to Naoya Inoue. Inoue, let me get a picture, please. Inoue, let me get a picture. But he disrespects somebody who's way better than Inoue in Terence Bud Crawford. You can't respect a guy like Teofimo Lopez. He's a disgrace to the sport of boxing. A complete disgrace. I have zero respect for a guy like Teo. And I can't wait till he fights somebody like a Gervonta Davis and he gets knocked the freak out. I want to see this guy get knocked out so bad. I never wanted to see a guy get knocked out so bad as much as I want to see Teo get knocked out so bad. There's only two guys in the sport of boxing I cannot stand so bad, and that's Teofimo Lopez and Jerron Boots Ennis. I want to see those guys get knocked out so bad, bro. Teo and Jerron Ennis. Matter of fact, they need to fight each other so one of them can knock each other off. Teo and Jerron Ennis need to fight each other. Let me go ahead and read some of these comments. Chastity Thomas said, they want Bud to fall. That's facts. Bud never cheats himself. That's fact. Arnold says, Claggett. Yup, Steve freaking Claggett. Teo on his bullshit. That's facts, Chastity. Teo clout chasing Bud. Teo just got exposed and he better keep Bud name out his mouth. That's facts. Chastity Thomas, salute. The hate is unreal. It is, man. These dudes are saying Crawford's too old. He's past his prime. Yo, you know what's crazy? This is the shit they say before every single Terence Crawford fight. Jerron Duck Ennis is a duck. Jerron Boots Ennis is a freaking duck, bro. He had all this chance to call out Bud. He never did it. Bud moves up in weight. Now he wants to mention a guy named. I never wanted to see a guy get knocked out so bad like I want to see Jerron Ennis get knocked out cold by Bud Crawford. I want to see Jerron Ennis get laid out cold by Bud Crawford. This guy's a freaking duck and an embarrassment to the sport of boxing. He thinks he's better than what he is. Look at the Karen fight. That's how you know he's not that good. He's an okay fighter. At the age of 27, the same age as Teofimo Lopez, he has accomplished absolutely nothing in the sport of boxing but won a freaking email belt. I want to see this guy get laid out cold, just how I want to see Teo get laid out cold. Teo, he owes 5 people rematches. He's a bum. Teofimo Lopez, he's a bum. He went 12 rounds with Steve Claggett. You know, boxing fans are so ignorant to the sport of boxing. They said Terence Crawford went 12 rounds with this guy on the screen, Jose Benavidez, who's at middleweight right now. Middleweight. You're talking about Jose Benavidez. The guy is at freaking middleweight. So Terence Crawford, he knocked out a middleweight in Jose Benavidez Jr. Jose Benavidez got knocked out. He didn't go 12 rounds with Crawford. He didn't go past the 12. He got knocked out in the 12th round. So when you talk boxing, make sure you talk boxing in context and stop capping. That man didn't go 12 rounds. He saw the 12. You could say he saw the 12th round, but he didn't go past the 12. He got knocked out cold. He got stopped in the 12th round. So stop saying stupid shit on the internet when you talk boxing. When you come to No Credit Channel, better put some respect on No Credit. You understand? Because over here we do fact check. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. It's your boy No Credit. Justin Maurice. Bud will do Teo worse than he did Earl. Disrespects to EJ. No disrespect to EJ. Justin Maurice. Of course, bro. And he'll do the same shit to Jerron Boots Ennis. Let me tell y'all this, right? So y'all know I'm from Philly, right? So I grew up in the gym was Stephen Fulton. I watched Stephen Fulton come up. Stephen Fulton versus Inoue. The fight was about to happen. I didn't want to give my thoughts on that fight because I knew what was going to happen, guys. I knew Inoue was going to beat Stephen Fulton, but Fulton, he's from my city. So I try to hold my thoughts in because I was hoping this is what Philly boxing fans, not all, but the ones on YSM Sports Media channel. This is what Philly boxing fans do. They ride with their guy no matter what, which is cool. But reality has to set in. Jaron Ennis will get knocked out cold if he fought Crawford. He makes too many mistakes. Just how we knew what's his name? Stephen Fulton was going to get knocked out by Inoue. We knew that. But we're from Philly. We ride with our guy. We say, oh, Stephen Fulton is going to outbox Inoue, this and that. And we knew Inoue was going to smoke him. We knew that. I had the opportunity of actually growing up with Stephen Fulton, Cool Boy Steph. I grew up in the gym with this guy. I watched this guy come up. You understand what I'm saying? I used to go to the gym every single day with this guy. In 2015, James Schuler's boxing, down the bottom, 43rd in Brooklyn. We grew up together in the same gym. I watched this guy career unfold right in front of my eyes. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I never thought he'd be fighting on the biggest stage. On the biggest stage in boxing. He's an overachiever. Congrats to him. He was a unified champion. He got in there with a pound for pound great fighter like Inoue, and he got stopped. But real boxing fans knew that was what was gonna happen. That's the same shit that's gonna happen to Jaron Ennis. Yet Philly boxing fans are saying Jaron Ennis can beat Crawford. Jaron Ennis will be fighting somebody who's better than Inoue, who's meaner than Inoue, who's a knockout artist, who is, this guy is Floyd Mayweather 2.0 times 3. He has the defense of Floyd. He has the meanness of Marvin Hagler. He has the punching power of Thomas Hearns. He's going to do Jaron Ennis dirty. Yet people from Philly are saying Jaron Ennis has a shot against a guy like Bud Crawford. Oh, he's too old. He's 37 years old. He's too old. Jaron Ennis' only chance of beating Crawford is if Crawford's 50 years old. Crawford will knock Jaron Ennis out cold. He makes too much mistakes. He's not on the level of a Bud Crawford. He will get cooked. He'll get stopped in vicious fashion. He'll be a highlight reel, and I will be one of the first person on here laughing about it, even though he's from my city, because I'm going to say, I told you so. He's not ready for this guy. Y'all need to stop putting a battery in this dude's back. From the eye test, when we look at Jaron Ennis and we look at Bud Crawford, there is no comparison. Jaron Ennis is nowhere near the fighter that Terence Bud Crawford is. It's easy. It's night and day. He can't tie that man's shoes. Stop putting a battery in somebody's back when they're not on somebody like a Bud Crawford's level. Bud Crawford's an all-time great fighter. Jaron Ennis is an okay fighter right now. Until he shows us how good he is, he hasn't shown us. And let's be real. He can't be considered a great fighter if he's fighting smaller guys. This is a guy cutting 40 to 50 pounds just to make 147. How is that a great fighter? You're fighting smaller guys. You're 5'10". You're a natural middleweight. You're a middleweight fighting 147-pound fighters, fighting 140-pound fighters, fighting 135-pound fighters. Yet you want us to call you great? I will never call a guy great who's fighting smaller guys. You become great when you go up in weight. Just like Crawford went up from 35 to 54, Floyd Mayweather went up from freaking 30 to 52. Those are great fighters. We can't call Jaron Ennis great when he's coming down in weight. He's a natural 160-pound fighter. Why the freak is he fighting at 147? Some people say, well, he fought at 141 in the amateurs. It don't matter where he fought at in the amateurs. When we look at him right now as a grown man, he's clearly a 160-pound fighter killing himself to make 147. And people are saying, oh no, he makes the weight comfortably. That man is a natural 160-pound fighter. This guy is bigger than Earl Spence, and we were calling Earl Spence a weight bully. Jerron Ennis hasn't been tested. Of course he hasn't, Arnold Brown. And if he gets in the ring with a guy like Bud Crawford, he's going to sleep. His career is over. Overnight, his career would be over. He hasn't had a fight through any adversity. Exactly. So if he hasn't done that, right, Arnold Brown, why the freak will we put him in the ring with a guy like Bud Crawford? His first real test against Crawford, he'll get destroyed. He'll never be the same again. You think Devin Haney will never be the same? You think Earl Spence will never? Jerron Ennis will never be the same if he gets in the ring with Bud Crawford. He'll get humiliated. He'll look good for the first 2-3 rounds. Then after that, it will be a one-sided ass whooping. It will be belt to ass from round 3 to whatever round Crawford decides to knock his ass out. Belt to ass. Crawford will beat this kid like he's his son. He will spank this Jerron Ennis dude. And Teofimo Lopez, he'll step on Teofimo Lopez like he's stepping on a cockroach. So let's not get ahead of ourselves and mention these guys with the likes of a Crawford, who's an all-time great fighter, a Mount Rushmore type of fighter. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not get carried away. Let's not put a battery in Teofimo Lopez back. A guy who can't even KO a Steve Claggett. Or Jerron, who can't even knock out a Karen Chuka Hodson. These guys are embarrassing themselves to even try to mention a guy like Bud Crawford. Don't mention that man's name again. You dudes are embarrassing yourself when y'all mention somebody's name like that. Crawford is calling out somebody like a Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo is trying to duck the smoke. He's trying to run up to 200 pounds to fight Badu Jack, which makes no sense. Boots will walk into a big shop being overly aggressive, fucking with Bud. Once Bud heard him and smells blood, is over. Hey, yo, Justin Moore, salute, man. Justin Moore, I never wanted to see a guy get knocked out so bad like I want to see Jerron get knocked out cold by Bud Crawford. The reason being is the guy's from my city, and I want to see everybody from my city do good, but I don't like to see capping. The guy is a big capper. He be lying. He lied and said he been calling out Crawford since 2016, 2017. He's a fraud. You never called out this man 2016, 2017. Nobody even knew who you was in 2016, 2017. How can you get on a podcast where everybody's listening and lie and say you've been calling out Bud Crawford since 2016, 2017? Complete casual fangirl. It's a fraud, bro. He knows absolutely nothing about boxing, just like Teofimo Lopez. Every time these guys give prediction on the sport of boxing, they're always wrong. Every time I listen to Jerron and his prediction, he's wrong. Every time I listen to Teofimo Lopez's prediction, he's wrong. These dudes don't know boxing, bro. They just been fortunate enough to be around boxing. Because if they knew boxing, they would know that they're not as good as they think they are. And they're not on the level of a Bud Crawford. But because they're ignorant to the sport of boxing, they're not a pugilist themselves. They were just fortunate enough to pick up a pair of gloves and box. So they think they could call out a guy like Bud. You casual fangirls, y'all don't know shit about boxing. That's why y'all underestimate people and go in there and look bad. Like Jerron has looked against Steve. No, not Steve Claggett. Jerron has looked against Karen Chuka Hodson, and Teofimo looked against Steve Claggett. But anyway, these dudes are praying, bro. Not just boxers, boxing fans. Boxing fans are on their knees praying that Bud Crawford loses to Israel Madrimov. This is ridiculous. But I'm here to tell you guys that's not going to happen. Bud Crawford is an all-time great fighter. The fight has already been won. What did Floyd Mayweather tell us? Floyd Mayweather told us 90% of his fights was won in the gym. Meaning, once he put all the hard work in the gym, the fight is going to be easy. Did Floyd Mayweather not tell us that? Yes or no? Didn't Floyd Mayweather tell us 90% of the fight is won inside of the gym? Yes or no? Crawford has already won this fight versus Israel Madrimov. And I'm going to tell you why. Not because of all of his skills. I mean, that's why he's going to win, but he won the fight mentally already. He's already mentally locked in. He started camp early. You understand what I'm saying? He knew what he had to do. He already envisions himself knocking out this Israel Madrimov guy. So for all of you guys who are praying for Bud to lose, the fight is already over. Bud already won the fight. Like Floyd Mayweather said, 90% of the fight is won in the gym. Crawford has already conquered that. He's already put in the hard work. He's already probably on weight. The fight is 1 month away. Israel Madrimov is going to sleep. The hard work is already done. All he has to do is just show up and collect his check. So you can be on your knees praying every single day for Israel Madrimov to get the upset. That's not going to happen. The fight has already been won. Bud has already put in the hard work. Israel Madrimov would be the first victim at 154. It is what it is. So you can be mad all you want. You just can't stop greatness. You just can't stop greatness. You can be mad all you want. You can get on the internet and troll all you want. Crawford's going to get KO'd by Madrimov, this and that. That fight's already set in stone. Madrimov is going to sleep. I was saying he's going to sleep in 7 to 8 rounds. But from what I've been seeing from Bud, Madrimov is going to sleep in 5 rounds. 5 rounds, Madrimov goes to sleep. I hope he puts up a better fight. I hope he makes it to the 8th round. But 5 rounds, he goes to sleep. Yeah, man. East Texas Gaming, salute. What's going on, East Texas Gaming? He said Teo is silly. Teo don't know shit about boxing. He says Crawford's past his prime. Jerron Ennis is saying the same bullshit too. Jerron Ennis says Crawford's past his prime, so I'm ready to fight Crawford now. He's an old man. He's 37 years old. Better be if it's like 39. Usyk is 37. B-Hop was dominant in his early 40s. That's facts. He says, better be if it's like 39. Usyk is 37. B-Hop was dominant into his 40s. That's facts, man. That's facts. Listen, man. These boxing fans are crazy, bro. These boxing fans are crazy. Boxing fans are ridiculous, man. When it comes to the sport of boxing, these people are haters, man. I don't know why they hate on a guy like Terence Crawford. What did Terence? Somebody let me know in the comment section, please. What did Terence Crawford do to these guys for them to hate this man so much? Because he beat your favorite fighter? That's why you hate him so much? What exactly did he do so we can figure it out? So he can apologize for doing what he did. What did he do to you? If you're a boxing fan, you hate Bud Crawford. Please let me know, what did he do to you for you to hate him that much? Terence Crawford said, vote for him for the best fighter in the world, SB. Everybody go ahead and vote for Bud, SB. It's in his bio. You can click the link in his bio and go vote for the best fighter of 2024 or 2023. Go vote for him for the best fighter. It's in his bio. Go on his Instagram, go in his bio and vote for him. Darren Collins Jr., salute. He says, if Boots don't look spectacular July 13th, these fake fans going to turn on him. Yup, they going to turn right on him. Oh, salute to Chastity Thomas. She said, I voted. As you should, Queen. As you should. As you should. We all should vote for T-Bud. You know? And hopefully they don't rob that man. Give that. Because I feel like they going to try to rob him and give it to Inoue. You know how boxing fans are. They be on some bullshit. They're either going to give it to Inoue or give it to Usyk. So we can't allow that to happen. We cannot allow that to happen. They cannot rob Bud of the best fighter. Give it to Usyk or Inoue. Everybody stop what you're doing and go vote for T. Bud Crawford. Bud is 40-0. Madrimov only got like 10 professional fights. Champy, you a casual fangirl. Champy. Champy, you a casual fangirl. You know absolutely nothing about the sport of boxing, Champy. Stop embarrassing yourself. Every time you open your mouth, you know nothing about the sport of boxing. You come to my channel so I can educate you on the sport of boxing. Champy, you know nothing about boxing. You're a casual fangirl. You understand? Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol. Canelo tested positive for drugs in his system. Take him off the pound for pound list, Champy. Don't do that to yourself. Don't put a drug cheat on the pound for pound list. He should not be anywhere near that pound for pound list. He cheated. You understand? He tested positive. He said Crawford cheated with the glove, plus he's on snack. When did Crawford cheat with the gloves, buddy? Crawford has too much power to need to cheat with gloves. His power is too spectacular for him to need some doctor up gloves. So when did he cheat with the glove, Champy? Please let me know, Champy. When did he cheat? Can you prove it? What fight was it that he cheated with the gloves? And snack. Jerron Boots Ennis is on snack. So Jerron Ennis is a cheater. Devin Haney's on snack. Is Devin Haney's a cheater? So if Devin Haney's a cheater, why didn't he get banned like Ryan Garcia, who cheated, got banned? Champy, listen. Champy, if Crawford's on snack, Devin Haney's on snack, Jerron Ennis is on snack, Shakur Stevenson's on snack, Champy, listen to me, buddy. Champy, I want you to listen to me for a second, buddy. Can you guys hear me in the chat? I had to reply to my text real quick. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Let me I don't want to be talking and you can't hear me. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat, please. Let me know if you can hear me. I had to get off real quick. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Champy says, oh, 2 fighters you mentioned that lose like 30 pounds and rehydrate like nothing. 2 great examples of other cheaters. So Champy says Devin Haney and Ennis are on drugs. According to Champy. So Champy is sounding like a race guy. I can't even take you serious no more because it sounds like you only hating on black fighters. Champy, it sounds like you only hate on black fighters. And it clearly makes sense when we look at your pound for pound list. You got all white guys on your pound for pound list. So, Champy, you can't talk boxing if you're going to be racist. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to talk boxing, let's talk boxing. Let's leave the race shit out of there. Let's just look at skills and look at what a fighter has done. Okay? So leave the racist shit out of it and talk boxing, bro. You understand? Because you being racist right now, buddy. You only talking negative on black fighters. And those black fighters that you're talking shit on, they never pop dirty for drugs. But your boy Canelo popped dirty and your boy Ryan Garcia popped dirty. But you'll never say shit about that. But you want to accuse guys who's never popped dirty, like Jerron Ennis. Jerron Ennis never popped dirty for drugs. Devin Haney never popped dirty for drugs. Shakur Stevenson never popped dirty for drugs. Terence Crawford never popped dirty for drugs. These guys promote snack. It's a promotional thing. They not taking snack to cheat. If Devin Haney's taking snack to cheat, why didn't he knock out Ryan Garcia? Why did he lose to Ryan Garcia, who was on PEDs? But instead, Champy wants to be racist and say all the black guys are on steroids, but the white guys that he puts on his list or other people that are different nationalities, they're not cheating. Canelo's not cheating, right, Champy? Canelo never cheated, but he received a 6 months ban. Come on, Champy. Let's talk boxing and leave that race shit out of it, and let's stick to the facts. The facts of the matter is, the guys that you mentioned, they have never tested positive for any drugs. But the guys that you have on your list, except for Usyk and Inoue, have tested positive. You understand what I'm saying? That was before he shed light on the meat issue in Mexico. Wow. So he tests positive for a drug and you're blaming it on the meat. You're blaming it on the meat. You're blaming it on the meat. Drug got into Canelo Alvarez's system. And you're talking about the only reason the drugs was in the system because Canelo ate some Mexican meat and Canelo shed some light on the meat situation. So why are Champy, if you know anything about boxing, right? Like you claim you do, why are other people in Canelo Alvarez camp testing positive for drugs too? Like Ryan Garcia, Oscar Valdez, are those guys on the same Mexican meat like Canelo too? Champy, listen to me, buddy. So listen to me though. You keep saying stupid shit, but you're not listening, buddy. Salute, King Asia. Champy. Champy said it happened to many soccer teams too in Mexico from different countries. Look it up. Champy, I'm not saying it didn't happen to those people, right? I'm saying that was Canelo Alvarez's excuse because he know it happened to those people does not mean it happened to him. Just because it happened to the soccer people does not mean it happened to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was on that shit. We seen when Canelo got punched by Triple G, a clean punch by a guy who's way bigger than Canelo Alvarez, who started his career at 140. Canelo started his career at 140. He gets rocked by Triple G, and he eats it like it's nothing. Yet Triple G was able to knock out Kell Brook, who came from 147, who didn't start his career at 140, like Canelo, who started his career at 140. Canelo couldn't get hurt, but Kell Brook got hurt. Yeah, it raises a question mark. Canelo comes from 140. He starts his career at 140, and Kell Brook starts his career at 147, but Kell Brook can get hurt against Gennady Golovkin, but Canelo Alvarez can't. It raises question marks, don't you think, my boy? Of course it does. Well, Ryan wasn't in Canelo camp at the time of his supposed positive test. What about Oscar Valdez? Yo, Champy got the excuse for every single thing I'm saying, bro. Champy got excuses for days, bro. This is ridiculous, Champy. Champy, you got excuses for days. Would you just sit there and write that shit on a piece of paper? Anything no credit says, I got a rebuttal for it. Well, Ryan wasn't in the Canelo Alvarez camp when he paused. He tested positive. Well, Champy, explain this. Why did Ryan Garcia mention Canelo Alvarez? Ryan Garcia literally said Canelo Alvarez showed him how to put the needle up his ass. He said, Canelo showed me how to put the needle up my ass. He said, how come Canelo only got 6 months ban when he showed me how to cheat? He showed me how to put the needle up my ass. Canelo has an all-time great chin. Plus, he was like 16 at 140. Yo, Champy got a rebuttal for everything, bro. Champy got he putting clenbuterol in his chin, that's why. So, Champy, since you think you know boxing, right? So why did Canelo get rocked by Miguel Cotto's brother at 147 if he has an all-time great chin, Champy? Now I want you to answer that. Do you remember Canelo versus Jose Miguel Cotto? Canelo was doing the stinky leg. Do you remember that, Champy? So Canelo can get hurt by a 147-pound fighter, but he can't get hurt. Oh my God. He was 18. Yo, Champy got excuses for everything, bro. Yo, Champy got excuses for everything. No, he wasn't 18. He was 19, 20 years old. He was not 18 years old. He was like 20 years old. He was like 20 years old. Champy got excuses for everything. So Canelo can get hurt. So because you're 19 years old, you don't have a chin, right? According to Champy, when you're 19 years old, you don't have a chin. But when you're 37 years old, that's when you have a chin. This is what Champy is saying. Champy is saying Canelo didn't have a chin at 19 years old, 19, 20 years old, but now he has a chin in his 30s. Champy, you're a disgrace to the sport of boxing, bro. You got excuses for everything. You got excuses for everything. He said, Bud was a grown man when he got sat down. Champy, if you follow the sport of boxing and you know anything about boxing, you know for a fact that Terence Crawford has never been knocked down. You cannot prove that Crawford has ever been knocked down because when we look at paper, on paper, Bud Crawford has never been knocked down officially. So stop embarrassing yourself, champion. Stop embarrassing. Over here, let's stick to the facts, buddy. When you come to No Credit Channel, I will educate you on a sport you know absolutely nothing about. Every time you come to my channel, you're going to leave with some knowledge because you're a casual fangirl and you know nothing about this sport. And when you come here, I will educate you on a sport you know absolutely nothing about every single time. And when you leave my channel, you're going to leave a lot smarter with a higher IQ because your IQ on the sport of boxing is very low. You know absolutely nothing about boxing. Yo, Champy, can we compare Gamboa to Jose Miguel Cotto's brother? Gamboa is the 3-division world champion. Champy, listen to me for a second. Before you say stupid shit, I want you to educate yourself on the sport of boxing. Can we compare Gamboa to Jose Miguel Cotto's brother when Gamboa fought Crawford? Gamboa is the 3-division world champion, a Olympic gold medalist. Was Jose Miguel Cotto brother a 3-division world champion and an Olympic gold medalist when he rocked Canelo Alvarez? Champy, stop saying stupid shit in the comments. Don't mention Canelo and then ignore what Jose Miguel Cotto brother, who's a lesser fighter than Gamboa, did to Canelo Alvarez, who is your God. We know Canelo is your God. You wake up every day and you get on your knees and you pray to Canelo Alvarez. King Canelo, please come save us. Yet you ignore the fact that Canelo freaking tested positive for a freaking banned substance. You casual fangirl, you're a disgrace to the sport of boxing. Household, they were when they fought. What? Gamboa was in his early 30s when he fought Terence Crawford, who was 24 years old. Gamboa was like 10 years older than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford was a little kid. He was like 22, 24 years old. He was a young kid when he fought Gamboa, who was an Olympic gold medalist and a 3-division world champion. Canelo Alvarez was 20 years old, fighting a nobody in Jose Miguel Cotto brother, and he got rocked. Gamboa, so are you telling me that Gamboa, who was 32 years old, was past his prime against Terence Crawford? So are you telling me, Champy, Gamboa, who was 32 years old, was past his prime? So now, at 32 years old, you're past your prime? 32 years old is the age that you're past your prime? Is that what you're telling me? So Earl Spence, who is 33, is past his prime. Canelo Alvarez, who's 33 years old, is past his prime. Jermell Charlo, who's 33, is past his prime. Jamal Charlo, who's 33, is past his prime. So the Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez, Earl Spence, all of these guys who are older than Gamboa, because Gamboa was 32, these guys are older than Gamboa. They are past their prime. Because if Gamboa is 32, he's past his prime. That means Canelo's past his prime. Jermell past his prime. Jamal past his prime. All of these guys are past their prime, according to Champy. So if these guys are past their prime, then what the freak is Bud Crawford, who is 37 years old right now? 36, 37. So Bud is an old man, according to Champy. Bud is an old man, according to Champy. Champion, you know absolutely nothing about boxing. Keep your freaking mouth shut, you casual fangirl. I'm gonna put your dumb ass in timeout. You casual fangirl. Canelo has the PED blueprint. I had to put that casual fangirl in timeout. He knows nothing about boxing. Salute, King Asia man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Champy's a casual fangirl. He got excuses for everything. Vasil Lomachenko is 35 years old. 35 years old, Vasil Lomachenko. Boxing nerd. Shut your casual ass up. I can't wait till Crawford knock your boy Boots the freak out. Boots is a duck, man. Boots only wants to fight Crawford because Crawford is 37 years old now. When Crawford was young, in his prime, Boots never mentioned Crawford. He was waiting for that guy to get 40 years old before he mentioned his name. Boots is a duck. You can't respect a guy like Boots or Teofimo Lopez. These dudes are bad for boxing, man. These dudes are bad. Teofimo Lopez literally did an interview where he said, Terence Crawford's an old man. It's time to get him. This is what Teofimo Lopez said. Can you respect a guy like Teofimo Lopez who won 12 rounds with a freaking Steve Claggett, man? Nobody respects Teo. He's a nut. Boxing nerd, salute, man. Hit the link, you casual fangirl. Boots is a duck. I can't wait to see him get knocked out cold by Bud Crawford. Boots wants to only fight Crawford because Crawford's past his prime. But he's in for a rude awakening. Past his prime or not, he's still knocking Boots the freak out, clean out cold. And we're going to have a celebration when Boots get knocked out. I'm going to have a celebration through the streets of Philadelphia. I'm going to be dancing through the streets of Philadelphia when Boots get knocked out. It will become a national holidays. We will celebrate Boots getting knocked out by Bud for a long time to come. We will celebrate Teofimo Lopez getting stretched by Bud Crawford if he ever gets in the ring with Bud for a long time. It will be a national holiday. And we all will be celebrating that day that Jerron Ennis gets stretched, put on a stretcher, retired from the sport of boxing for clout chasing. This is what happens to guys who clout chase somebody who's 10 times better than them. You're not on that man level. Keep your mouth shut when it comes to the sport of boxing. Don't mention somebody you can't tie their freaking shoes. You casual fangirl. You know absolutely nothing about boxing. Because if you knew boxing, you would know you're not on that guy level. Boxing nerd, we'll celebrate Teo getting knocked out. We'll celebrate your boy Boots getting knocked out. So those guys, we can't wait to see those guys get KO flat. Hit the link, boxing nerd. Come on the show and answer for your boys, man. You in the chat just talking. Come on the show and answer for your boy Boots and your boy Teofimo Lopez. I don't know why you in the chat ducking smoke. You ducking smoke like your boy Boots. Boots is a duck just like Boxing Nerd. Boxing Nerd is a duck just like Boots. Champy's a casual fangirl. I had to put his dumb ass in timeout. Boxing Nerd, hit the link, man. Stop ducking smoke like your boy Boots, who don't want no smoke with Bud. He's just clout chasing, trying to sell his fight with David Avocado. I thought it was Boxing Nerd. King Age, salute. Yo, what the heck? You calling somebody? Yo, King, salute. Somebody was called. Yo, get off the phone, bro, and come answer for your boy, Jerron Ennis, man. Talking about you on the phone. Don't nobody want to hear that. Hang up the phone and get on the line. And come answer for your boy, Jerron Boots Ennis, who's a freaking duck. Just like you, always ducking smoke. I'm gonna come to Canada and put some hands on you, bro. Pause. No Diddy. I mean punch on you. Get off the freaking phone with your girlfriend and come on live. Use a duck just like your boy Jerron Ennis.
Well, we wait for the league now. Anyway.
Damn, I just spilled water on myself. Hey yo, King Asia, salute. King Asia, salute. King Asia, you on here? Yo, boxing nerd, you don't know shit about boxing, bro. You're a new boxing fan. Every time you come to my channel, I will educate you on a sport you know absolutely nothing about. And when you leave my channel, you can go to other channels and have more knowledge on the sport and go debate over there. Because every time you come to Easy No Credit channel, I educate guys like you on the sport y'all know absolutely nothing about. And I break it down like you guys are in first and second grade. Guys like Boxing Nerd and Champion don't know shit about boxing. And I educate these guys every time they come to the channel. Every time.
I'm biking.
King Asia Mavs, salute.
Hey, what's up? I'm in my car. I was trying to take it off my car.
Your Bluetooth?
Yeah.
You sound cool now.
Oh, okay.
Salute. What's going on with you?
Oh, no, just checking you out early in the morning.
Yeah,
well,
man. You hear these guys, man. You hear guys like Teofimo Lopez. He said, Crawford's too old. It's time to get him now. I want to fight him so bad because he's past his prime, so I can knock him off. How you feel about guys saying stupid shit like that?
Well, coming from Teo, you know, he's not reputable. I mean, you know, he did what he did. He was semi undisputed. You know, it was a lot of, you know, mishaps with that. But I would say he's past his prime.
Yeah, I think he's getting worse. Because, like, how the freak do you go 12 rounds with a freaking Steve Claggett? You know Steve Claggett got knocked out by a guy with 20 losses?
Right.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, King.
Yeah. Teo looking for a payday. You know.
That fight was supposed to be a showcase fight for Teo. And he goes 12 rounds with this guy. And the crazy thing about that fight, Teofimo Lopez was running. He was on a back foot the entire fight. Steve Claggett was putting the pressure on him. He didn't even push Steve Claggett back. He'd throw one or two combinations and then start running using lateral movement. Like, he's the one who always talk about guys running, but you finally got a guy in front of you that's pushing you back and you're not pushing him back. Disgusting behavior from a guy like Teofimo Lopez, man.
Yeah, if you can remember, how did you score that fight?
I think I had it like 7-5 Teo.
Okay. I had it a draw.
Oh, you had it a draw?
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I had it 7-5 Teo, because he was landing the cleaner shots. The boxing his score, even though it looked like what's his name? I can't even say the guy name. Steve Claggett was outworking Teo. That's what it looked like, right?
I watched it again. I think it's convincing. And then look at the punch stat.
Yeah, I'm saying he was outworking Teo. He was throwing a lot of punches.
Right.
That's what I mean.
It was effective aggression in my eyes.
No, it was. He was outworking Teo, but Teo, he landed the cleaner, more effective shots. Those shots really win you the rounds. When the judges are scoring, they look at those cleaner shots. Oh, like he's landing the bigger shots, the more power punches. Teo was landing like the more, because Steve Claggett, he was peppering Teo with the jab. He kept the jab on Teo. That's one thing he did really good. That's why he had Teo backing up. Did you see Teofimo Lopez's eyes?
Yeah. And the crowd was booing him.
You said what? I didn't hear that.
I said the crowd was booing him.
Oh yeah, he stunk up the place. And then he tries to play it off and shit. Like how you play off having a bad performance? You know what's crazy? He was talking so much shit on Shakur Stevenson. But Shakur Stevenson never fought a guy with 7 losses and looked that bad.
Right.
If Shakur Stevenson fought that guy, I got Shakur Stevenson knocking out Steve Claggett. I'm dead serious.
Hey, yeah. Speaking of Shakur, I saw a little something. I don't know if it was just some propaganda or fake news,
Right.
but they
They
say
said Sha-
the
they
the
said
crew
Shakur
Shakur.
got hurt by a shot.
No, they say the contract been signed for him to fight Cruz. I know he got a fight coming up,
Which
but
Cruz?
Isaac.
Shakur versus Cruz.
Yeah. When I know I can find it when I get home. I definitely
That's at
send you the link.
140 though. Cruz at 140.
Yeah, I didn't get all the particulars. I don't know if Cruz will come down or if Shakur will go up. But yeah,
Yeah.
I know Cruz got a title at 140.
And Shakur got a title. That would be crazy because Shakur should stay at 35 because that's where the money's at. He got fights with Lomachenko. He got fights with Gervonta. Those are 2 big money fights.
Well, I mean, he can always, come back down to 135. Both of them,
So he wants to
I,
compete. He wants to compete in both weight classes.
well, I just think he wants to fight because he's saying that, a lot of people saying he has nothing on his resume.
I like the fight though. I like the fight. I think he'll make Cruz look bad because Cruz is a come forward fighter and Shakur is gonna make him look bad because he gonna give him all types of different looks, angles, check hooks. I got him pushing Cruz back too, and not just being on the back foot all day. I feel like he can stand right in front of Cruz and Cruz not hit him.
That'll be pretty risky right there
No, because he
because
gonna listen. Because Cruz is short as shit. He's gonna see all his punches coming. Shakur is the best defensive fighter in the sport of boxing right now. Cruz has small arms, meaning he's gonna see all of Cruz punches coming. Cruz don't have long arms where he can hit Shakur from like all the way over there. He got to take chances. You understand? So he's gonna try to like leap in a little bit. So by the time he gets to Shakur's face, Shakur gonna be dipping all of that. Listen. The reason why I'm saying that because I fought smaller guys and I fought taller guys. The taller guys they can get to me faster than the smaller guys. The smaller guys they have to take chances. The taller guys, if they got a good jab, they can get to you quicker. But Cruz don't even got a jab. He throws all types of hooks. You understand what I'm
uh, he,
saying?
he throws them punches like Marcos Madonna, and that's what
Right.
I'm a little worried about. One of them get
Yeah,
the one.
but Shakur's gonna see all of that because Shakur is so defensively sound. So he's gonna see that shit coming from a mile away. Is what I'm saying. Cause
I
he's
mean,
so
stylistically, I'm right there with you. I would put the money on Shakur, but if anybody has a puncher's chance in that division or in that weight class, 35 and 40, it would be Isaac Cruz. I mean, take away Tank
yeah,
Davis.
but not against a guy like Shakur. Shakur's an all-time great fighter. Let me tell you why I think he's an all-time great fighter. I've been watching boxing for a minute, and just like I've been watching Floyd Mayweather and all these guys, I never seen a guy being able to stand right in front of you and he make you miss by that little. Like the guy has timing down so good, his range is so good that he could listen. Shakur, he didn't really have to move like he did against De Los Santos, but he said his hand was injured or some shit like that. That's why he was moving so much. He was only fighting De Los Santos with one hand. That's why he was moving. But I'm telling you, Shakur can literally stand right in front of you and you can't hit him. That's why he's able to fight. He's able to spar bigger guys like Bud. You see Bud sparring Shakur because Shakur is so defensively sound. He can stand right in front of you and you can't hit him. That's why he can spar guys like Bud. If he can't do that, he wouldn't be able to spar a guy like Bud because Bud will walk him all. Bud will walk all over him. Is what I'm saying. So that's why I fight with him and Gervonta. It makes all the sense in the world, and that's a great fight because we know Gervonta, he's a big puncher, and you gotta be so good on defense. I'm telling you, Shakur has an all-time great defense, bro. I never seen somebody being able to stand right in front of you and you throwing all that big shit and you can't really hit him. You got to get out of the way. Shakur can do that. He can stand right in front of you, or he can get back. He can get on his back foot. So I'm saying against a guy like Isaac Cruz, it's going to be difficult for Isaac Cruz to get those clean shots off. I mean, but you could say what you want to say. I'm just saying from what I've seen and from what I've experienced, fighting smaller guys and fighting bigger guys that use their jab. The bigger guys that use their jab is going to get to you faster than the smaller guys who don't use their jab. And Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he doesn't even use a jab. He just throws these dumbass hooks.
Right. No, I'm with you. Just looking at it on paper, yeah. I mean, the boxer will beat the puncher. I'm just worried about that punch. That's all.
Yeah, but he has to land it. He has to land it. He's not fighting Rolly, man. He's fighting Shakur, man. I don't know why people underestimate Shakur. This guy is an all-time great fighter we're watching. I don't know why y'all don't see it. I think because of the power, so y'all underestimate this kid. This kid is
No, it's the level of competition on paper. You got. I mean, you
what? This kid is a 2-division world champion already. Hold on. Is he 2 or 3? Was he a champion at 126? No. He's a
No,
two
I think you just at 130 and
and
now current.
35, yeah. He's a 2-division world champion. Oscar Valdez was a solid fighter when he fought Oscar. Oscar was coming off one of the best wins of his career when he knocked out what's the dude name? Damn, see, I forgot the dude name too. But Oscar knocked out a solid fighter. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
Oscar,
yeah. I'm not. It's not like I'm counting Shakur out. It's just, hey, I know at some point I'm
he's been
anticipating that.
he's been tested. He's been tested. He's been in there with solid opponents. So we can't really say that. Like the way we can say that about Jerron is we can't say that about Shakur, man. We just can't. We
You
can
gonna
say
slide that in there?
we
You
can
go.
say
You
we
gonna
can
make.
say we can say that about Ennis. We can't say that about Shakur. Shakur's been tested, trust me.
You gonna make boxing nerds jump on this panel?
Boxing nerd talking about he on the phone with his girl. Nobody want to hear that. But yeah, the point of the video, the point of the live is why you think people are praying for Crawford to lose so bad? Because a lot of people are praying. They're saying he's past his prime. It's time for him to pass the torch. Even Charlo said it. Charlo said, you can replace the old for the new. It's time for Crawford to pass the torch to Jerron. It's like stupid shit like that. Why
It
you think?
hasn't been. It
Why you
hasn't
think?
been official. What
Why you think?
weight is that fight gonna take place at?
Who?
Ennis and Crawford.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying why you think? I just wanted to get your opinion. Why do you think not just fans, even boxers are praying for Crawford's downfall?
Well, I mean, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Yeah, but they're not saying they want to beat him. They're praying for him to lose. Like Charlo. Charlo saying he wants to see Crawford lose to Ennis. Did you not hear that from Charlo?
Yeah. I don't know if I heard it like that, but I already know he has a disdain for Crawford. And we know why. We know the history.
Yeah, he said I want to see Crawford versus Ennis. I want to see. You know how boxing is. It's time to replace the old for the new. Like, shut up, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Why you don't want to see Charlo versus Crawford. You want to see Crawford versus Ennis? Stupid shit.
Right. Right. Yeah, Charlo would make more sense.
Yeah, he's not even talking about himself. He's talking about somebody totally different. He rather see Crawford versus Ennis instead of him versus Crawford. That's why he went up. He went up to fight Canelo so he can lose all his belts, so he don't gotta fight Crawford because he knew Crawford was coming up in weight. Everybody knew Crawford and Spence was coming up. The dude, he fought Canelo on purpose so he don't have to defend his belts or have to fight either Earl or because, yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Charlo would have kept his belt, right? If he would have fought Tim Tszyu, let's say he beats Tim Tszyu, right? You listening?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's say he beats Tim Tszyu, right? Charlo keeps his belt, he beat Tim Tszyu or whatever. Earl Spence was coming up, Crawford was coming up. Who you think would have got the fight first? Earl would have got the fight first against Charlo, because they would have made Earl fight for the WBC, like he's fighting now for the WBC. And who had the WBC belt? Charlo, because he was undisputed, right? So Earl would have fought for undisputed before Crawford. Right or wrong?
Right.
Yeah. Charlo didn't want to fight Earl or Crawford. That's why he went up in weight to fight Canelo. Because he knew if he goes up in weight, they're going to strip him of all his belts. All this shit was planned. These people, they know what's going on. Charlo knew what he was doing. He didn't want to fight Earl or Bud. He's scared of both of them guys. I heard Earl used to knock his ass out in sparring. You heard those
Yeah.
rumors, right?
Yeah, yeah. Earl spoke on the memo. He said he knocked out all southpaws, and then Earl was standing next to him, and he looked at him like, "You ain't talking about me." And Charlo checked himself right then and there. You don't remember
Yeah.
that? That was actual footage.
Yep. I heard Earl used to knock him out with body shots. He can't take body shots. I don't know why Canelo didn't go to his body then as much. Because Earl said Earl used to knock Charlo out with body shots. Because Earl was like, hey, remember when he came up to Crawford? Remember when he had the red hoodie on?
Right.
He said, ask Charlo who the hardest he's ever been hit by. And people say Earl Spence. And people say Earl Spence. What was I about to say? People say Earl Spence doesn't have power. I don't know why they say that. Look at the man's resume. And the man has even though he hasn't knocked out nobody in recent years, but when we look at his resume, his knockout percentage is like 80%. That's pretty high. You
Right.
understand? That's pretty high. So you can't say a guy don't have power if he has an 80% knockout ratio. That's a high percentage. Fighting at a high level with 80%, and you're fighting at that level, championship level. That's a high percentage. Guys like Dimitri Bivol, he has a 50% knockout ratio. You can't compare that to Earl. Now he's not a knockout artist, Dimitri Bivol.
Right.
He has, and even
But at any given at any given time in that match, it could come. You know. I'm talking about Duvall. That is.
Bivol, what could come? What do you mean?
He could knock you out. He got some waiting for you. Yeah, Canelo was able to survive, but I mean, that's Canelo ring experience that carried him, you know, to a non-KO loss.
No. That Dimitri Bivol is not a knockout artist, man. You watch his style. He's okay with going 12 rounds. Just watch him fight. He's okay with going 12 rounds. He's not a knockout artist. There's some guys
We
in boxing, they are okay with going 12 rounds with you. You understand what I'm saying? I know he got a knockout in his last fight. That was just to promote the fight with the referee stopped the fight. That's just to promote the fight with Arthur Beterbiev. Bivol is not a KO artist. He's a guy who's okay with going 12 rounds with you. Just like Devin Haney, he's okay with going 12 rounds. There's some guys in boxing, they're just okay with going 12 rounds. They don't go in there and try to get you out of there. I know people like this in the gym. I be in the gym with them. They don't want to hurt you. They just want to outbox you. But me personally, when I get in the ring, I feel like I don't get paid for overtime. I try to get you out of there. But some guys, they're okay with going 12 rounds. They just want to embarrass you. That's the type of guys like Dimitri Bivol is, Devin Haney, them type of guys. It's
Yeah,
not.
but you say the narrative in the topic was, do they have power? Not do they utilize or execute their power? Do they have the power?
I mean, when you look at that 50%, when we look on paper, we look at the percentage, and the percentage tell us if they got power or not. I mean, they may have respectable power, but not power enough, like devastating power. When I say they don't have power, I'm talking about the devastating power, like they hit you and you out of there.
Give
Like
some fighters as an example.
with devastating power, or what do you mean?
Yeah. The knockout artist power.
Better be if Crawford, uh, Ennis got power, but he's too big for the lower weight classes. We all know what's his name, Javante and New Way. Them guys, those are the guys that's really gonna get you out of there.
Okay.
But my only problem with Ennis is I don't like the fact that he's at 147. People are calling him great, right? Listen to this for a second, King. People are calling a guy like Ennis great. Ennis is bigger than Earl Spence. Did you know that? Did you know that?
Yeah, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure the walk around weight is probably about 5 pounds Earl weight.
Yeah, he's bigger than Earl Spence. We need to see these guys next to each other so you can see what I'm talking about. Ennis is bigger than Earl Spence, and he's fighting at 147. And what an interviewer asked him, like, "Yo, can you go up to 160? Can you go up to 154 or 160?" He said, "I can go up to 160 right now." Like he said it so confident. So if you feel like you're a natural 160-pound fighter, why the freak are you killing yourself or coming down to 147 to fight these little guys? And then you want us to give you credit for that? Like, it's like that's not cool. Why would we give you credit and call you a great fighter if you're draining yourself to come down and fight smaller guys? Do you understand what I'm
Guys
saying?
been doing that since the beginning of time as far as boxing goes. Ricky Hatton used to walk around like a cruiserweight.
Yeah, but I'm saying we can't label these guys great for coming down, not fighting at their weight class, coming down and fighting these little guys. We label guys that are great like Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford, guys that are moving up in weight. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? Not coming down in weight.
Yeah.
Move up so we can call you great because you're moving up and fighting bigger guys.
Yeah, I get it. I get you, but
That's
I
my
think that's
that's
part
my
of the
problem
art
with the
form.
situation.
No, I get it, but that's part of the art form, and as well as the strategic and the athleticism in making weight. That's why that is so important. The scale is important. The scale can determine if you're going to be a title holder or not. So you got to know how to cut weight, right? That's part of the art form of professional boxing. It is. You can't dismiss that.
Right. Hey, yo, my man ASAP says Shakur's a 3 division world champion. Is he really? I thought he was 2.
Yeah, I want to hear what all of them. I know 130, 135. What's the other one?
I don't know if he became a champion at 26. Did he? I don't remember. It's been a while.
And then he lost all the ones at 130 on the scale, didn't he?
Yeah, he was unified at 130. He had 2
Yeah,
belts.
so that goes back to what we were just saying. The scale determines if you're gonna be a champion or not.
RDR
So
says they should not. Let me read what RDR said. He said they should not begin to label great until they start moving up in weight and dominating those weight classes or not. RDR, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what that's exactly what I was just saying, RDR. We can't call these dudes great if they're not moving up in weight. Like, once a guy starts moving up in weight, fighting bigger guys, that's when we like, yo, this dude's great. Like, Inouye's doing it, Crawford's doing it, Canelo's doing it. Those are the guys we can put that grade on. We know what's his name did it. Usyk did it. Usyk went from cruiserweight to heavyweight. Like, he's fighting these bigger guys. We can label Usyk as a great fighter. Like, but
well, Benavidez just did it.
yeah, but Benavidez, he did it, but he ain't fight nobody yet. We want to see him fight somebody at 175 before we can call him great. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to do it, but when you do it, at least go up there and fight somebody. Don't just do it just to do it. So when he's up there, all right, let's say, for example, he's up there right now, right? Because I like Benavidez. He's up there right now, right? Let's say he goes up there and he fights Better Beef, and he beats Better Beef, which I highly doubt he will. But let's say he does. He's a great fighter because Better Beef was a great fighter. Better Beef a unified champion. Matter of fact, who you got winning that fight? Better Beef and Bivol.
Man, it's 50-50 right now. I can't give. I gotta see. I gotta do more study. I can't jump off the ring. I can't jump off the porch like that. I love to give you a solid answer right now, but I can't.
Hey, okay.
I can't because I just heard what you were saying about Bivol not really having that KO power, and I kind of like beg to differ. I feel he has it. He probably don't utilize it as effective as some other guys, but I feel he is the real deal when he could keep you honest with his power. I think a lot of guys feel it and they just say, hey, I'm going to survive. And he like, okay, you can survive 12, but I'm going to just beat you up.
Okay. I mean, you might have a point with that too. So we both can be right in a sense. You understand?
Yeah. No, the record definitely reflects. I mean, just looking at a snapshot, it's easy to say, well, if you got the power, why you ain't using it?
Right.
But it is called boxing, so you got to get in there. It's not called knockout,
right.
So you got to get in there and box. And Bivol is the type that I feel fights to the level of competition the best, even at the level of not Earl Spence, but Crawford. He fights at the level of his competition, right under Crawford. Crawford, he'll fight at the level of his competition till it gets competitive in the fight, then he gets you up out of there. Bivol, he just gonna win the fight.
Yeah.
Or it's either or.
Yeah, this is one of those fights that I've been back and forth every day. One day I wake up, I say Bivol. One day I wake up, I say Better Beef. But I finally made my pick, and I'm going with Better Beef. And I think Better Beef's gonna win the fight. I think he's a solid fighter. He boxes, but that power, the equalizer, and I think he's gonna hurt. He's gonna hurt. What's his name? I think he's gonna hurt Bivol, and once he hurts him, I don't think Bivol is gonna recover, man. I actually seen Bivol hurt before too. He was hurt against Have you seen what's the guy name? What's the dude name, man? He got rocked against. He got rocked against Joe Smith. Did you see that fight?
No, I didn't. I watched some highlights. But so you don't have it going the distance.
No. I think what's his name get knocked out. I think before
Wow.
it gets knocked out. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't think he go 12 rounds with that man. That man's a monster. We'll see. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
Yeah, what's your win loss ratio so far this year? You still at 90% or something like that?
I got the Devin one wrong. So 90 something. That's the only fight I got wrong so far. The Devin one. Devin and Ryan.
Right.
But everything else I've been spot on. Devin and Ryan one. That one, I'm gonna tell you this. The reason why I didn't usually I do my film
You gonna
study,
grab
right?
snap?
You listening?
Yeah. I was dropping somebody off.
Okay. So usually I do my film study. Like I see what Devin does bad and what Ryan does good. But that fight I didn't do my film study because I got caught up into like Ryan pretending to be crazy. You heard me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you. I thought I was losing service. So
I'm good.
I got caught up into Ryan acting crazy or whatever. So because I got caught up in Ryan acting crazy, I thought he wasn't mentally ready for that fight. I'm like, damn, Dev gonna cook him, man. You know,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
the
lot
only
of things you didn't factor in. You ain't factor in Ryan coming in at the weight he came in at, you know?
man. I didn't pay attention to none of that. I just had
Right.
my mind made up only based on the fact because of how he was acting. Like, and that's not how you pick fights. You know, you pick fights when you study these guys and you look at, because styles always make fights, and you know, and when we watch Devin, the one mistake he makes when he throws his jab, and Ryan probably paid attention to it and he picked up on it, was when he throws that bow and arrow jab. His
Right.
right hand is never near his chin. His right hand is
Right.
always far shit from his chin, so he leaves himself open for a hook. So, you know what Ryan was doing? Ryan knew Devin was gonna do that. If you know somebody's gonna do that, you practice how to catch them when they do it. So Ryan, he even ate most of Devin's jab just so he can land his punch because he was like, Devin's jab is not even gonna hurt me, but my hook is gonna hurt Devin. So when Devin threw the jab, he was right there to get hit with the jab just so he could counter with the hook because he knew Devin right hand wasn't going to be on his chin, if you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So as Devin was throwing his jab, Ryan was throwing his hook. So they both connected, but Ryan has more power. So Ryan was willing to take a jab to land his hook every time. And Devin didn't peep what was happening because it's a natural habit to throw that jab and not put his right hand back to his chin or keep his right hand at his chin when he throws that jab. So
Yeah, Ryan should have known that he had a lot of history with him. They had, 6 fights together?
yeah, but we should have knew that too if we did the film study.
No,
We should
I
have.
got it right now. I got my pick right. I picked Ryan to win that fight. It wasn't
Oh,
based
did
on.
you really?
Yeah, seriously, on my soul.
Oh
And if
wow, I didn't know that.
yeah. But the
Oh,
reason why I picked Ryan to win is because of the finances of it. Because I
is
know
it?
it'd be worth more on the run back.
Oh wow, you put some money on it or no?
No, I ain't put money on it because I was just going with my instincts. You know what I'm saying? Devin could have easily, upset the apple cart, but he didn't.
Right. Yeah. Well.
But
Yeah.
but it might be a part two. Right now they're saying it's not, but I think it is. I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
when they
yeah.
just.
It's a huge fight in the future. That fight is so lucrative now because of all the shit that, bro. It's like, and I don't want to say this because I'm a huge Wilder fan, but it's like Wilder Fury all over again.
Oh yeah, definitely that.
That's what it looks like.
Just at a lower weight class.
Yup. If we really just sit down and look at it, it's like the same shit all over again. Wilder Fury.
A lot of controversy in the ring, out the ring controversy. You know.
Yup. So the second fight will be lucrative. They might even have a third fight.
Oh yeah. That's his dance part.
Yup. That's his guy. That's his big payday right there. Him and Ryan.
But what if it go like Fury went Ryan get him again?
Yeah, he gonna get him. I'm convinced.
You think so?
Yeah, he gonna get him. He gonna get that.
Mm-hmm.
The reason
I said Ryan gonna get the first, Dave gonna get the second. So I gotta stay tuned to that.
No, Ryan, the second fight, Ryan gonna come in there. You listening?
Yeah.
Ryan gonna come in there. He gonna come in there saying, "Oh, they think I cheated the first fight, so now I got something to prove." So he gonna come in there with so much confidence. He gonna come in there with so much to prove. So he gonna come in there like really trying to take Devin's head off. And if Devin didn't make the adjustments, like to prepare for that hook, it might be worse. The second fight. So
it ain't gonna be no trilogy.
I mean, people still gonna want to see it.
The trilogy, they gonna want to see Dave get his ass whooped 3 times.
Bro, we seen Wilder get cooked, and we still wanted to see the third joint, right?
Yeah, because the first one was controversial.
Yeah, but they're gonna find some more controversial thing to put on that too.
And then there was a 2-fight deal. He had to fight. Remember they went into litigation, arbitration, or whatever it was, you know, about that. He had to fight him for the trilogy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, that was a crazy little series, man. That Wilder Fury thing.
Yeah.
That was so crazy. Like, it was too much back and forth with that. Like, it was what they say, glove gate. He had egg weights in his glove. It was too much.
Oh yeah. That's a phrase I coined. Well, I hadn't heard nobody say it when it was all, you know, everybody was talking about it. I think like 2 or 3 days went by. Nobody said nothing about glove gate till I was in. I give them a shout out. I know you probably don't like people, other channels being spoken on your name, but they know where it was where I first said it at. And it spread it like wildfire. So about a couple of weeks later, I was seeing it all in the news, in the news. Glove gate.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. People went off.
But that was good for boxing, man. You know, it had court implications, you know what I'm saying? Inside the camp, coaches getting fired, trainers getting fired, all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I
didn't like that from if one, you know, I didn't like a lot of stuff Wilder did, but the main thing I didn't like was leaving his trainer. When he left his trainer, that's when I knew I was gonna make a lot of money off of him.
Oh, you knew he didn't have a trilogy without Mark Breeden.
Yeah. As soon as he left Mark Breeden, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be a rich man off of Wilder, and I don't want to do it because I don't want to put money against a guy that I like. But reality has to set in. It's like,
but then he dropped Fury twice in that fight.
Fury's yeah, he caught him. He always catches him, but he doesn't finish him.
You say he always catches him.
But Fury always get dropped or hurt. Fury's just a tricky guy to knock out. Even though people feel like he got knocked out in the first fight, I do too, but he's just a tricky guy to really keep him down. You understand what I'm saying?
They said that be that drug. He got his little power pellets as well.
Yo, you crazy.
Hey, that was part of the talking point. Come on now.
Listen, it is what it is, man. Hold on, let me see what RDR said. Chastity Thomas says the Devin fight don't count. Sage Sinclair says Teo wants a payday with Bud. Everybody knows that. And then RDR Film says Ryan knows Dev can't. I can't really see it. He says Ryan knows Dev can't take his power and can't get the timing and speed up the left hook. Ryan is gonna be more patient. Devin's gonna get confident because he's a better boxer. Ryan gonna walk him into a left hook. Yeah.
Now y'all gotta remember that fight ain't gonna be able to be scheduled till like 2026, 2027 type shit. Those are gonna be two different. You know what we know of them now might be totally different 2 years ago.
I mean, so when do you know the exact date when his suspension expires? When did it even start? Because he's only suspended for a year.
But Dev said he going on a 2-year hiatus. Remember?
Oh yeah, Dev on some weird shit with that. Why would he say that?
Look at all that weight he got to lose. I saw that when you told me to go look at that. How fat he was when he was standing next to somebody.
Oh yeah.
Now he was bigger than Earl Spears. His face was like he just swallowed the whole apple pie and the drumstick.
Yeah, he's huge. He's huge.
Yeah, I don't. Grub on.
You said what?
I said, Dev getting his grub on.
Yeah.
He getting his fat Albert on. That fight might have to happen at cruiserweight.
Yo, stop. Yeah, cause I don't think the rematch may not be at 40. It might be at 47.
Oh yeah.
All right, what you think about Teo going up to fight Brian Norman? That's the rumor right now.
I think that if he's really serious about the Crawford fight, he got to put something. He got to pad the resume, make the resume look good.
He's not getting a Crawford fight.
Why would you just say he's not gonna get the Crawford fight?
Cause he really don't want the fight. Listen. You know why he keep mentioning Crawford is to sell tickets. He really don't want that fight. He's just mentioning Bud to sell tickets. He don't want that fight. If that fight was offered to Teo right now, he won't take it. I'm telling you, he's only using a man name to sell tickets. Listen, Teo is not a draw. You understand what I'm saying? He's not a draw. This is a guy who's never been on pay-per-view, but every time he mentions Crawford, people pay attention to him. Some of the fans that don't want to see Crawford win, they'll be like, "Yo, Teo has a chance," or "Teo's fighting." You know what? I didn't even know Teo was fighting. I'm gonna go watch him fight. Like every time he mentions Crawford, he sells more tickets. And Jerron Ennis is doing the same thing. This is like an old tactic that people been doing for the longest in the sport of boxing, where they use another fighter's name to sell their fight. Like that's what Teo and Ennis be doing. Both of them, they mention these guys' name, knowing damn well they're not gonna fight them, just so they can sell a few tickets. And you know what? The promoter tells them to do that. The promoter literally tells them, like, "Yo, mention Crawford's name." Like I guarantee you, Eddie Hearn told Jerron Ennis to mention Crawford's name. Like, "Yo, mention Crawford's name." Don't worry though, I'm not putting you anywhere near that monster. Just mention his name every time you get in front of the camera, all right? Oh shit! That's what Eddie told Ennis. Mention Crawford's name every time you get in front of the camera. But then, in the same breath, he says, "I want to be undisputed." You think it's gonna? How long? All right, let me ask you a serious question, King. How long do you think it's gonna take Ennis to become undisputed at 147? With all the belts spread out on all different promotional companies, how long do you think it's gonna take him to become undisputed? You think it's gonna take him a year with all the belts on different promotional companies, Are you serious? And he's 27 years old.
No, it's going to be more than. It'll be at least like early 2027. That's if everything fall right, because you got to factor in injuries that's probably going to pop up somewhere.
Right. But I'm just talking. Yeah, I know that too. But I'm just talking about. Let's say if he wasn't injured. Let's just say he has to go to top rank. He has to go to PBC to get those belts. You think those guys would do business with him? Coming from Matchroom?
Nah.
Exactly. So, like, it's gonna take a couple years. He's gonna wait. Them guys is not gonna just throw their champions in there with Ryan. They want to make money off their champions before they even let their champions fight. So he talking about he gonna be undisputed at 147. It's not like he gotta look at. I think some of these fighters, when they talk, they gotta understand boxing and look at reality. When you look at the landscape of boxing right now at 147, the first thing Ennis needs to look at is where is the belts? Majority of the belts is with PBC. You just backstab PBC. You think they're gonna give you a championship fight?
Well, one thing you know you're a knowledgeable guy in boxing. I think the first thing he needs to understand is where he's positioned at in each respective sanctioning body. Now, if he's high up there in all four of the divisions, yeah, that's a more realistic. You know, he got a more realistic shot, as in getting them within, just say, 18-month span. But last time I checked,
what's his name? King.
Yeah.
He's not in the rankings no more because he's a champion.
Now we saying the same thing. He's not. So, you know, if he was, then he'll have a card to play, but he's not.
He's a champion. That takes him out of the ranking. So if another champion wants to fight him, then it'll be a unification. But he can't be a mandatory for nobody else. Because once he becomes a champion, he's out of all of the rankings. Because he's a champion.
Right. He got the IBF.
Yep. So he can't be in the rankings for no other belt unless a guy wants to fight him for a unification fight. But yeah, man, me personally, I think PBC's going to play hardball with him. If they do let him unify, it's going to be like 4 years. And in 4 years, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 by that time, Crawford probably been retired and everybody else is retiring. By the time he become undisputed. In 4 years, these dudes not going to be around no more.
Right.
Yeah. So
Boxing nerd don't want to hear that because he guaranteed Ennis would be undisputed.
Yeah, in 4 or 5 years. Yeah, man, they're not going to give him them fights unless Eddie is willing to put up a lot of money. Because the money talks. Let's be real. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Money talks. So if Eddie is willing to overpay these guys for a unification fight, then maybe that's a chance he becomes undisputed in 2 or 3 years. Eddie can do business with Bob. He can do business with Al. But it seems like Bob already has plans at 147. He's trying to make fights with Norman and Teo, stuff like that. What do you think about that fight, though? I think I asked you about it.
Once again, Teo is really serious about the Crawford fight because he's been barking a lot on him and Tank.
Mm-hmm.
He won one of those big names.
Right.
For some reason, I think he's more confident that he could beat Crawford versus Tank. He gotta add his resume. He gotta show that he could push the needle when it comes to box office sales, and he could look impressive against worthy competition. So why not Brian Norman
So do you think he can beat Norman?
I mean, see, I'm going off the TO that beat Loman, and I got that one right as well. I'm not just I'll tell the ones I got wrong. Them the ones I got right. I was one of the few people that had, and you could it's other people that I've been on their panels like, and thanks for letting me be on your panel. Yeah, I was on their panel, and they know I got the prediction right. And
Right.
people felt like Loman was gonna go in there and wash it. But the whole point,
No,
if
I had Teo beating Lomo.
oh, okay, cool. If we could see remnants of flashes, of that version of T.O., yeah,
Right.
he got a chance. But T.O. was going through some mental stuff. I don't know what he was going through. I'm not giving him no excuse. But
Stylistically, he has a chance to beat Norman.
right,
Stylistically, but we just need to know if his mindset is right, then I'll pick him all day over Norman. If his mindset is right, but he's not punching right though. That's a factor too. His punching power. Where is his punching power?
yeah, I feel like he will have to get Norman up out of there.
Yeah, his punching power is a little suspect. So
Last time he looked a real like a not not a KO artist, but a puncher's puncher is when he fought that one guy, the black dude, can't think his name now.
who the African dude?
Yeah,
Richard Comey.
yeah, Coleman. Yeah, when he
Yeah.
fought Coleman. That was right before the Loma fight.
Yeah, that was a solid fight. Comey was alright. He was alright. He was a solid fighter.
Oh yeah. If Coleman, I
Give
believe
him
if
credit.
Coleman
I
punch
give
would
him
have got
credit for
there
that.
first, yeah, if Coleman punch would have got there first, I think it would have been a different story.
Oh
But
yeah. Oh no, but Teo actually set that punch up. If you really break it down, he knew Coleman was throwing. He knew Coleman was throwing it right hand. He knew Coleman didn't know Teo was throwing it right hand. Teo knew
right,
Coleman was throwing it right hand. So
right.
he positioned himself like he moved his head a little bit off the line to land his right hand. Like if you know a guy is doing something, you can stop him from doing it. Well, if you have the skills good enough to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the version of T.O. that I'm talking about.
Right. Yes.
So I don't know if he's gonna resurrect because against that Claggett guy, he looked a real suspect, and then he looked at terrible. And we all know what
if he loses to Norman, he's done. So if he does fight Norman, that's a make or break fight because that'd be his second loss. But honestly, some people can argue he should have lost to Martin for sure. Sandor Martin, you seen that fight?
Yeah, that was real competitive as well.
He got dropped.
But I edged it out. I edged it out.
No, I had Martin winning that fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like he got 5 fights on his resume. He should have rematched 5 people. I'm gonna tell you all these 5 people. I don't know if you was listening to me. He should have rematched Vasyl Lomachenko. The reason why Lomachenko said he had a shoulder injury going into that fight, and it was a close fight at the end. Loma came on strong, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he should have rematched him. Did you see the Nakatani fight? When he fought some guy named Nakatani? Did you see that fight?
No.
Okay, that was a close fight too. You should rematch him too. Then Sandor Martin, a close fight. You should rematch Sandor Martin. Then Jermaine Ortiz. a close fight. Rematch Jermaine Ortiz. It was somebody else.
The Australian Bozo, whatever his name.
Oh, Cambosos. There you go. That's number 5. You lost to Cambosos and you don't want to rematch him. So we got 5 people on Teofimo's resume that he can literally rematch because all 5 fights are questionable, especially the one he lost, but he doesn't want to rematch that guy.
Yeah, he definitely. I feel Cambosos is cooked food for him right now. He should go get that. I'll go to Australia and do that fight.
Right.
I feel like Cambosos got his number. You know, some fights feel that way.
And the crazy thing about that, Cambosos, his confidence isn't what it used to be, especially after getting knocked out by Loma.
Mm-hmm.
So he should definitely take that fight. I would have rather him take that fight over the Steve Claggett guy.
Oh yeah, because Cambosos beat his ass.
Right. There's a lot of fights he could take instead of fighting guys like Steve Claggett. But yeah, I'm about to get off this thing. I'll be on later. I appreciate you though.
Man, I don't be getting your notifications, man.
Oh, you not getting them?
Nah, I just so happened to be looking at my phone and you was live, and I said, let me jump on.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yep, yet either.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't like that. I'm gonna try to see what's going on and try to fix it. And what I gotta do is set a time, like specific time, and stick to it. Like I'm gonna go live every day at 10 or something like that, and then stick to that.
It's not a way you could send out a notification like 5 minutes before you go on.
I could probably write something in my community, like you know how you can write a post on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, I could probably do that. I might start doing that, and people gonna see the post.
For a little bit, like it's down 15 minutes.
Yeah, or I could do it like a day before.
You sure you know you're gonna be going live the next day?
Yeah, for sure. If I set the time, then I'll definitely do it.
Okay.
He said, okay. All right, King, I'm gonna talk to you, all right?
Hey, wrench me up, fam.
I got you. I appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you. Much love. Peace, everybody.
All right.